Hello. So we're doing a final setup here on an instrument that just went through a rather major change, rather major repair job. This is, I'm just getting the final tuning right now. Pretty close. So what I'm working on here is a 1968 Guild F20. So it's a folk style guitar. It's a little bit smaller than an OM as far as size goes. This guitar has been, used very well. It's got a number of finish issues and things like that, but it is up and playing, which is, amazing. This guitar came to me in need of a neck reset, which is just about the most complicated repair that luthiers do. And basically that means taking the neck off in its entirety, separating it from the body, shaving down the insides of the dovetail joint that you have here, and or adding to it, depending on what you need, I guess. Usually shaving off, and then refitting that so that the neck here points directly to the saddle in a way that makes the guitar playable. When it came to me, it was not really able to do that. It was pointed so far down that, in fact, the people who had this guitar beforehand had decided to cut grooves into the saddle, and this is an integrated saddle. I don't know if you can see that very well in the video, but it basically means that the saddle is part of the bridge. So it's, if you cut holes in it, you have to replace it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's a much more integrated system, which is a lot harder to work on, to be honest with you, and that's pretty much why people stopped doing it in around like the 60s and 70s. But it's a fun instrument to work on. Got the neck reset on it, only to find that we did in fact need to put a new saddle on there. Kind of figured that was going to be the case. It needed to be lifted up a little bit, but we got it. It's playing very nice now. And I do need to put the truss rod cover back on there. That was the other thing. It had a little bit of a back bow in the neck, but as part of the setup here, we had to put just a tiny little bit of relief in the neck. Also needed to beef up the nut a little bit here because that had also been carved too low. But now it's playing pretty well. I have a very light gauge of strings on here, so it's not, the most incredibly huge sounding guitar. It's a folk guitar anyway, so it's really kind of meant to not be as loud. But it's got a beautiful sound to it. And yeah, I'm gonna play it for the first time here. Let's see what this sounds. Beautiful. There it is. Beautiful guitar, 1968 F250, done here in shop over the course of about a month and a week. It took to get this one up and playing like a brand new guitar. There are still some things going on with it here that maybe the owner would like to address later. It's got a pretty gnarly pickup crack right here. I think he is planning on adding a pickup to it as well, but that's all for another day. So just wanted to show you kind of a neat instrument that came through the shop here today, and a real beauty, blast from the past. All right, thank you so much. This is Gabriel from Gabriel's Guitars. Stay tuned.